Welcome into your Tuesday and your 15-minute weather. I'm meteorologist John Zeigler alongside meteorologist Courtney Aitken. We could talk. Are we gonna do a quick forecast for people?
Yeah, let's do it. I mean, let's walk through the forecast really quick and then we'll do a little chit chat. This is what it looked like this morning. Really pretty start to the day. Not a lot of clouds. It was cold this morning. I also want to talk a little bit about yesterday. Yesterday was really windy. It was windy in the morning, but yesterday afternoon, the winds picked up and
really windy day.
It was really windy. It was nasty.
Yeah,
37 miles per hour. That was our max wind gust in the Twin Cities. And we had similar wind gusts throughout the metro. 40.
I could not get on the lake.
Yeah, that's right. You couldn't even get. That's how you know, folks.
No,
that
I
it's really windy.
I actually didn't. No, I got denied. Like I went out on the boat, almost crashed the boat. Well, I did kind of crash the boat, and then.
It's a lot to unpack here.
Yeah, we can unpack it a little later. That'll be story time.
Okay, that sounds good. Cold and windy though. Highs were in the 60s. I was talking to Jamie yesterday when he got in because I was about to go on for the 4 and our current temperature slate said 60 and it said feels like 60 and we were like, it does not feel like 60 because the winds were just whipping.
Even though you don't technically get a wind chill at that temp.
Yeah, it didn't feel good. This is what's happened over the past 20 hours. Topped out in the 60s yesterday. Temperatures crashed down overnight tonight. I'm sure you can speak more on this, but we have been getting reports this morning of people with a little bit of snow. So that's pretty fascinating.
Yeah, it's hilarious. It snowed in Bemidji and Brainerd.
Yeah.
But they live there, so they already know.
So they're prepared, hopefully. I mean, 27 was the low in Bemidji this morning.
Nice.
Goodness, 37 in the Twin Cities. Definitely had some bite to the air. And you can see it there. A little bit of snow kind of swooping in to the north.
Little bit.
But apparently, according to reports from y'all on social media, just enough to have a light coating on some cars, right?
It was snowing.
It was snowing.
It's nice to have the viewers because otherwise, I don't know.
We can't see what we can't see, right?
Because the radar's not always accurate.
Right. And this is what the radar could look like heading into tonight. We kind of cloud up. And if you look up to the north, there is indication that we could see some flurries. Yeah. Tomorrow morning, it is looking likely that we get a hard freeze for some counties.
If we can stay clear, I guess.
If we can stay clear.
Interesting. Well, this is 9:30.
This is also just one model. There are other models that show us a little bit more clear. So I do think it is still possible that we get some of those frost and freeze alerts. But as far as today goes, 46 by 10, 48 by noon. We're in the 50s today. Again, it could be should be ever so slightly warmer than it was yesterday, but it's going to be another cool, breezy day, not as gusty, but you can see wind gusts should still get up to about 20, 25 miles per hour throughout the day, and then they'll die down a little bit overnight. So here are your highs for today. 50s in the metro, 49 St. Cloud. They should populate momentarily.
Boom.
Wait for it. There we go.
I tried to time that out.
I know. Would have been cool.
You think so? I
think it would have been cool. But you get the idea. Upper 40s, low 50s. That's the best we can do. Overnight tonight, we will cool down. Light winds, and if we stay clear, it'll be colder, right? So that's where we're looking at the potential
that 4 o'clock in the
frost,
morning is going to be clutch
freeze.
Because the winds are still not where we want them to be. You want them to be dead calm, not even 7 miles per hour. So there's a couple variables in this one. It's not like perfect conditions. So that's why they still have the watch out. And they haven't gone to the warning because, again, there's some variables. Oh, this is fun.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, you were still talking.
No, that's fine.
I just figured we were talking about tonight, tomorrow morning. This is also happening tonight, tomorrow morning. Jamie put this together. So we do have a meteor shower. If you want to go out and enjoy this, make sure you bundle up. Try and find someplace away from light pollution. So if you live downtown, you might not have the best viewing conditions, but viewing conditions are going to be optimal 90 minutes before dawn tomorrow morning. You want to be looking off to the east-southeast. If you don't know this, your phone has a compass. So if you don't know which way east-southeast is, open up your compass, look that direction. We're looking at the potential to see 10 to 30 meteors or shooting stars per hour.
Why did that just blow my mind that you told me my phone is a compass?
I don't know. I feel like you of all people would know that.
I feel like I should know that too. I'm very offended at myself for that.
I'm such a nerd that so the compass app is actually pretty cool because it shows you your altitude or your elevation. I don't know.
Also kind of creepy.
It shows you though. So it's really interesting when you're on a plane and you're getting ready to land. Like if I'm landing somewhere that I'm familiar with, like say I'm landing in Texas and I'm like, okay, what direction am I facing? Like whose house am I facing right now? Because I'm a nerd and those are the things that I think about. So as the plane is like getting ready to descend, you got like 20 minutes left, open the compass app, and I'll see which way I'm facing. I'll also see how many feet off the ground I am, which I just think is interesting. So
I have the same brain, so it's not weird. Other people probably think we're weird.
Other people probably
But I think that's
weird.
awesome, and it explains why you're a meteorologist.
Yeah, because just, I don't know. So
yeah, because
again,
you're healthy weird.
Healthy weird. I like it. I'll take it. Again, another one that Jamie threw together. This one's pretty cool. We're looking at the best show is going to be at 90 minutes before the sun rises tomorrow. So get out there extra dark and early. Bundle up. It will be chilly. Could be a little bit frosty.
So this is actually because I've been seeing some of these driving to work and I've been tripping out.
No, there's
So
something to
when
this.
I'm driving to work is when they're peaking.
Yes, exactly.
So look up while I'm driving and look.
Look to where it's dark. Try and get out of like an area that's heavily lit. And again, if you're looking to the east-southeast, you could see anywhere from 10 to 30 shooting stars per hour. That's pretty freaking cool. So
That is really cool.
Yeah.
I love that.
yeah, so you'll see it because you'll be up anyway.
I know. I saw it. There was a shooting star event the other night.
Yeah.
And I saw a few, and then I came in and I was like, oh, because I'm not as much astrology focused with what we do, but Jamie and Ben are more into
They're
that.
really good at it.
So
I feel like I'm bad at talking about it. I think it's really cool, but it kind of
Right.
trips me up a little bit. But again, though, if you are getting out there to watch that show tomorrow morning, other piece of this is it's going to be really cold. We have a freeze watch issued for a little cluster of counties there in blue, 2 a.m. to 9 a.m. Disclaimer here, this could be upgraded to a hard freeze warning. It's possible, right? I think that's
Yeah, and you're probably
entirely-
going to get a frost advisory outside of the metro.
Yeah, so just keep an eye out for that. You'll probably get a notification. And here's why. It's going to be cold. We have the urban heat island effect in the metro. That's why we're not freezing. We're forecasting 37 tomorrow morning. That is still cold. I mean, I've had family in town and they're like, oh my God, it's really cold. I'm like, well, it's Minnesota. I'm getting used to it, I guess. And then you got lower 30s.
You do get used to where you're from. Where you're
upper
at.
20s.
You do. I actually find this enjoyable. I like this weather. It's as long as it's green, it's 50s. I like it.
I would
actually
agree.
Really like it.
The green up really goes a long way. Like you can
How
see
fast
it,
did that happen? Just boom.
It seemed like it was overnight.
It actually was overnight.
And it's not
What?
just
It was the
like-
day after it rained.
Patches of grass. It's like, man, I'm like looking at people's yards. I'm like, the HOA is gonna be on you. You know, get that
Yeah,
under
but
control
people
because it just
also
comes up
do
so
this
quick.
like don't no may or
Really?
no
it's
mow
like,
may.
It's like
It's
Movember,
like
but for your
it's-
lawn.
I think it's like a weird deal. Some people do it. You do you. Healthy weird. That's our. So we got our weird things. So if you want to not mow, I don't think my neighborhood allows you to do no mow may,
Okay.
or the neighbors are gonna no mow it for you.
Somebody's gonna be in your front yard just.
Yeah, like if I forget, like because I have awesome neighbors. If I don't forget the trash, something like the trash magically.
Oh,
gets-
that's nice.
Oh, I have
That's
amazing.
super nice.
I have amazing.
That's
neighbors,
awesome.
so-
Shout out John's neighbors.
Yeah, best
Yeah.
neighbors.
Heck yeah.
And yeah, can I tell my story now?
Tell your story.
All right, cool. Let's come back to our beautiful faces. I have Halloween socks on too.
Oh, that's awesome. I love Halloween.
Really?
Yeah, it's my favorite.
I was like,
I don't have any socks on.
okay, well that's cool though.
This is turning into Foot Finder. We'll stop.
I don't even know what that is. I hope it's not real. It is real, isn't it?
Unfortunately.
Okay. So, anyways, my hilarious. Also, okay. That's hilarious. I gotta collect myself. I tried to go boating yesterday.
Oh, yes. Okay.
So this is a true story. So I have an actual addiction. But my theory in life is you're going to be addicted to something, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It needs to be something healthy, like walking or cooking, or for me, it's fishing. It's an addiction.
Yeah.
But I figure it's healthy. But it's a bigger addiction when my kids aren't there. Because when my kids are there, I'm just like trying everything in my power to get them to fish. And
then they get tired, so you have kind of a timeline on it, like, okay, at this time we probably got to head home.
So yesterday was the first day where I was like, all right, I'm going out.
The world's your oyster.
Because I found the fish, and
Okay.
I in my head. So you're in the plane and you're envisioning like, and I think this is like meta thinking or weird deep thinking that we have problems with. But this is just how I think. So when I'm driving, I'm literally daydreaming about like the fish movement under the water and where they're at and like their environment.
Okay. So you're like really submersing yourself.
Oh yeah,
Right,
and
okay.
and then it just becomes this obsession. I'm like, I have to throw this bait because I didn't try this bait, and I think it would work because if I, let it drop, count it to 3, slow reel, pop, pop, make it see. No, I am that specific.
Okay.
I literally drag, reel twice, pop, pop.
I don't know. It's just like I like how methodical it is.
Because the fish want a different cadence.
Okay.
So I've learned so much about fishing. People would just sit there and reel. If your cadence is the same, you won't catch
not
fish.
gonna work.
If you break your cadence, you'll catch a fish.
Okay.
More often than not.
Got it.
So like people always ask me, I'll go out there and my kids are like, Dad, why do you catch 20 fish and we only catch 2? I'm like, because my cadence is different. And they're like, what's
That's
a cadence?
interesting.
So
It's a good vocab lesson.
So I pop it. You got to try everything. So sometimes they want it to fall, the bait to fall. Sometimes they want it to be a bobber. So what we do as a family is we do one bobber in case they're just dormant
Yeah.
and kind of want to watch it.
Uh-huh.
But even when you're bobber fishing, and this is the number one thing that people don't understand. First off, don't use worms. You'll never catch a fish.
Okay.
They'll nibble the worm off.
Okay. It's
We
like
use
free snack. Cool.
Yeah, we use
Okay.
plastics. They have to eat the whole plastic. And
Okay.
they can't nibble the plastic off. I'd rather have somebody bite it for real than nibble it. Also, when you're bobber fishing, you'll either catch a fish in the first 20 seconds of the bobber sitting there, or you won't catch a fish. And when I say won't, I mean like maybe you get lucky. So you pop, set, they'll hit it on the pop.
Okay.
So you hunk, and then it resets, and then they'll hit it. And if they don't, you do it again. You don't actually. So bobber fishing is my favorite way to fish, but not how like a traditional bobber fisherman.
Got it.
fishes.
Okay. I'm following.
Like sit out there and like watch
Just like
it.
sit it.
Absolutely not. I never
Okay.
watch it. And then I also am throwing little spinner baits for crappies called beetle spins. Anyways, yesterday I didn't even get to my story. Did I?
I don't know. I'm waiting.
All right. So we gave them the forecast, so nobody can complain.
No, I agree. I mean,
If
do we do the 7-day real quick so that y'all don't get mad at us?
They're already no. If they're here, they want the story. You can get the 7 days. Fine.
Okay, let's go quick. It's the next one, I promise.
Okay.
There we go. There it is. There it is. There you
Mother's
have
Day,
it.
do you think there's a cold front Saturday night? Typically, I think we've realized that you get warmer behind the cold fronts than anticipated at this time of the year.
Yeah.
Because the word's called super adiabatic. So it's because it's still extra dry in the atmosphere right now than it is in June and July. And because of that, you can add temperatures. But
All right, we did our deliverable. 7 days done. Story time, go.
so I tried to get in the water yesterday, 35, 40 mile an hour wind. The wind was directly at my dock. I tried to back my boat in. The whole backside filled in with water.
Oh.
And yet I was still stupid.
scary.
I was still stupid enough to be like, I'm going.
I don't care.
I'm like, if I drive fast enough, the water will come out. And that is true.
Okay.
So I got out off the dock. Now I'm alone.
Yeah.
So when you're alone, you have to try to tie your boat to the dock and then drive your trailer and park it.
Oh,
and then
right.
go back to your thing.
Yeah.
And I was walking back and the thing ripped off the thing. It was thrashing.
Oh.
And the boat, like, I had to jump in the water and save
You
the
had
boat.
to jump in the water?
Oh yeah, and then the boat got like stuck on the shore,
my
and then I had to turn the motor on. I put it reverse while I was pushing,
This is
and
stressful.
I had to jump in, and then to try to get it back onto my boat just to like not go fishing, it was impossible because it kept thrashing on the trailer. So I had to try to hook this. I'm literally like, I hooked it onto the trailer. I drove the truck like 2 feet and tried to like hope that it just like lucky shook onto the trailer when I pulled away, and it actually did. And I'll just pretend that didn't happen.
That's crazy.
It was a disaster.
I was expecting a good story, but that was crazy.
No, it was a wild day. And I didn't even get to go fishing, so maybe I'll try today.
All right. See you tomorrow.